25.
Okay.
I'd like to welcome you to BlackUSA.News. My name's Donnie Glover here with the one and only Charles Choo Smith, Harlem Globetrotter, Sandtown standout, world famous, national, international leader, and on top of that, a friend. How you doing, Choo?
What's up, Donnie? Donnie the Great Glover. You know I gave you that Donnie the Great name. You know that. Can I get some of them royalty checks?
You got that. You got that. Especially when my new book come out. As a matter of fact, let's talk about that. Let's get the business first. Now, you got a book, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's the name of your book?
I want to own my own baseball field. It's called That's Big. That's Big. Yeah.
And that's the children's book?
Yeah, that's the children's book. And I'm working on my autobiography. You know, people been coming at me real heavy about that, man, because of my story. So I've been writing it. And I got a couple other surprises in another year or two that I've been writing as well. You know, just people dealing with their mental health, man. You know, the power of the mind, body, and soul. You know, that's what the book is really going to stem from. How we are 33% body, 33% mind, 33% soul, and we got to put that kind of time in each of them. You know, right now, I'm at a D. You know, I'm not at an A, B, or C. I'm at a D. You know, because I'm about my physical, I'm about 20%. My mental, I'm about 18-20%, and my soul, I'm about 20-something%. So I'm like a C. So I gotta get back up to that 30 for my body, 30 for my mind, and 30 for my soul. So I can be at an A. Yeah. So
I mentioned the book because I think David Miller just dropped the children's book.
Well, you know, David Miller got about 30 books, man. You know, he got both of us to write our books, man. You know, to jump on us, man. You know, big shout out go to Dave, man. You know, just always trying to be insightful and wanting the best for people in education and community development, man. That's what it's about. Celebrating everybody, giving their roses while we're here, man.
So for those who don't know who Choo Smith is, tell us.
You know, I'm a poor inner city kid, man, that grew up, you know, in a rough environment. I just had two great parents, man, that took the time with me, man, and just showed me the way of life, man. I mean, you know, it's not even about what I do. It's about basically who I'm trying to be from a personal perspective. My mother just was big on education, was big on love, and my father was big on respect and doing what you say you're going to do, and using sports as a platform to learn them life lessons, teamwork, how to make other people better, how to deal with adversity, how to treat people, you know, all those things that we need to be better, and just be able to write your own story, man. You know, people write your own narrative. You know, I try to write my own narrative by showing up and being who I say I am, you know, and that's just me, man. I love people. I want the best for people. And I just think we got to spend more time trying to understand rather than being understood. And that's who I am. Yep, that's who I am, Big Don.
So let's talk about this. I want people to know some of these world leaders you met. Weren't you in Israel?
Yeah, I was in Israel in 2010. The Jewish group, the NBA, and a Christian group, we all bound together. We had NBA players such as good friends of mine, Allen Houston, Dwight Howard, Senior. Who else was it? Jerome Junkyard Williams, David Wood. It was a bunch of us. We went over there to speak about peace in the Middle East. So we did basketball clinics. We met with the president. We did all kinds of things for peace treaties, and learned about the culture in Israel, you know, and the history of Israel, and just got a chance to meet people and learn how they think. Got a chance to look at the stuff with the Jewish people, how the Holocaust, the history of the Holocaust. We got a chance to be in the Red Sea, and I mean everything, man. Everything with Jesus lived and moved through, and it
Now,
was
now
just
right across that Red Sea, did you get a chance to see Africa?
yes, yes, yes. We gotta,
All of
now
that area is so close together.
it's right there.
Israel, Jordan, Egypt, they like Philly, Baltimore, DC.
Yep, yep. And when we were there, it was amazing how a lot of the Jewish people how they adjust to their lifestyle. So everyone has to go to the service. Once you turn 18, you got to be a part of the military. Everybody. So everybody knows how to take care of themselves from a firearm basis and a self-defense basis. And then more importantly, you got borders in those places you spoke about, Jordan. And it's like you can walk over the fence and you're in Jordan. You can walk over this fence, you're in Syria. Walk over here, it's like amazing. And then they talked about the bunkers. So each bunker is in a place where people live. So when the bombs come, you got about 45 seconds to get everybody in that bunker. And we experienced something with a family where the lady said she had 6 kids. She was able to save 5, and one of them got hit by the bomb. It was amazing, man. Her telling us the story and what they're faced with and how it's so much, pain and strife between those countries. It's just amazing.
This is what I want to get to, Chew. In this country, when did you first learn basketball?
Around 6 or 7 years old. Yeah.
At 6 or 7 years old in the Middle East, they practicing shooting.
Yeah. Yes.
I was not far from there in a Palestinian refugee camp.
Mm.
And this is where cats will pick up rocks.
Wow.
To throw at tanks.
Major, Don.
And you've been to Africa too, haven't you?
Yes. I've been there. I've been to mainly South Africa, Cape Town and Johannesburg. And, that experience was crazy because, you hear those stories about the wilderness and the animals, but it's city life in parts of Africa that people don't understand. It's just like being in Baltimore, DC, and New York. But it is some places where you do have the animals there, and you got tribes and things of that. But for the most part, it's beautiful city life, and there's a lot of good, pure people, man. That's the biggest thing about traveling, Donnie. You know that when you can get around people and have a conversation and you can just listen and learn and get a full understanding of what the thought process and the mindset of a culture. Because sometimes people create their own narrative and feed it to you and indoctrinate your mind to believe something, and then you don't get a chance to get to know that person, and now the relationship is strained. And that's what I learned traveling. Allow somebody to show themselves before you judge them. Give them time to prove who they are. And
you also went to Haiti?
Yes, I went to Haiti. I went to Haiti in 2016 with the National Retired Players Association, and that was that right there. That was
my next book. Now, my first book is on Unapologetically Black, the autobiography. My next book coming out in the next month or so is on Black Wall Street. And one of the things that I go into in in this book is about people like the father of Haiti. His name was Toussaint Louverture. And he led the Haitian Revolution in 1804, and he spanked Napoleon's arse. That's why Haiti is hated.
Yeah.
To this day. That's why Haiti is fined by France to this day. Haiti is still paying restitution.
Yes.
For spanking at hind parts.
Yes.
That's why Haiti is so poor.
Yes. And Donnie, it's big that you educating us on the history, because I got a chance to sit down with a lot of older people that really chimed in about what you're speaking to now. And then being able to see how people use them for their own financial gain, because you can get money to help different countries. And some powerful people utilize their finance and then just give crumbs to Haiti and act like they uplifting. And it's a painful thing to see when you sit down and you talk with them, because you think we poor in Baltimore, that Haiti situation is a whole.
I'm going somewhere with this line of questioning. So look, shout out to Christina Flowers, Barbara Clopton, and Rico. Rico's regular. Hey, Rico. So we talked about Israel. We talked about South Africa. And I really didn't get to ask you, back in Africa, did you see poverty?
What? Woo. Yes.
And I was really getting to, and I don't know a lot about it in South Africa. I certainly know about it in West Africa, Central Africa, child soldiers.
Yes. Yes. I mean, Donnie, you have to understand, and I know you know this like anybody. The struggle all people want in Africa and South Africa and Colombia and Haiti, all they want is a voice and an opportunity to be better. That's what we all want, but they're fighting for a whole nother struggle. We fighting, we have opportunities, we have relationships, we have situations where we can evolve, but we don't galvanize the way we're supposed to. Those people, they don't have that situation. They're suppressed down to the bottom, and they don't have a government that's going to work together. They don't have business people that work together. Like, it's crazy there, man. And to see that, and then we come and bring them hope through a basketball. We bring hope through just showing how much we love them for that period of time. And it hurts sometimes, like putting a Band-Aid on it, because they get excited and they're like, wow, you care about me. And they can see it in your eyes. They can see it in your heart. And then they got to go back to that situation, and they're willing to die for what they feel and what they believe in the right way. Like, they're not killing just for the sake of killing. They killing for a purpose. And a main purpose is, I need to have a voice, not killing just for the sake I'm upset. When you really got the opportunity to create change, all you got to do is utilize the resources. And that's what you do, Donnie, and that's what I try to do.
So we went from South Africa, West Africa, Middle East, talked about Haiti. And where I'm going with this is, so here in America, people in these countries would literally die to be in our shoes.
Facts.
A lot of them don't have shoes.
Facts.
So you look at these various countries around the world. Now, I got to tell you that as we have progressed in this country and taken advantage of opportunities, as I write about in this book, Black Wall Street, and I mention that because this year is the 100th commemoration since Tulsa was destroyed. So it's not like we have a cakewalk here.
Right.
Because when we go and build, we get attacked. We get redlined. We get redlined today. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to try and experiment and put white on an application. No, I'm serious. I'm going to put white on a credit application and see how far it goes. But there's so many things coming at us, yet people in other countries would nonetheless die to be in our shoes. And I say that because you and I are very familiar with Sandtown, with Gilmore Homes, but we've seen other places too, from Southeast DC. You've been all across the country, multiple countries. How do we get our mind right here? How do we get our children's mind right?
Donnie, I've been, that's the million dollar question, man, because I just believe that we have to first understand what the problem is. I think everybody is going at the problem based on their own individual biases, and it's based on their own experience and condition, where we have to be very well read, and then we got to get outside of what our situation is and have a full understanding of how America works. America is a capitalistic society, and it's based on economics. And when you understand that, there's no spirit involved. There's no purity involved. There's no accountability involved. Now we can talk it, but when it comes to money make people funny. Status make people funny. Greed and power makes people funny because it makes you feel like you're above what the situations are. When you can see a person on your way up and you can see a person on your way down. But the true thing that we have is the spirit in which we do things and the understanding of respecting where people are and what they're dealing with across the board. And I don't think we take the time to do that. I think that we judge. If you like green and I like blue, I'm going to put green down as much as I can so my blue can rise. And that's what we do. We backbite. We look in each other's faces and say we care, but then deep down, we only care about what we can get out of situations. And I just think when you take the time to fully understand the conditions that's plaguing us, and it starts with the mind. The mind is a powerful thing. And I want to say this because I spoke on it before. The mind, man, I think it has to start with that. Everybody say it start with the family. Well, if your mind messed up, it don't matter about the family. You gotta have the foundation, the fundamentals. That's why I keep talking about 3 being self. The mind, the power of the mind can take you places. So if you don't understand how the mind works, you can't elevate. So the mind is intentional and it's impulsive. And based on what's in your heart, it will influence the mind. So the intentional way of thinking is all knowing, being prepared, planning, doing things in an orderly fashion, having an understanding, thinking things through, being deliberate. Over on the impulsive side, it's reactionary. The intentional side is proactive. Impulsive side is reactionary because I'm hurt. You did me wrong. I want to punch you in your mouth. I want to scar you. I want to hurt you. I want to take you down. You're reckless. You're unplanned. You're undisciplined. You're emotional. See, all these things creates pain. And then when you mix that together, it never works. So when you understand the mind, then you can work through. And I'm only telling you this because I had to start doing it because, when we grow up, you disrespect me, I'm coming back at you. When I got to understand, what is that going to solve? I got to step back and I got to say, okay, what is this person going through that's acting the way they act? And I can make this one decision that will change my life. So people say, Choo Smith a good person. Choo Smith doing good things. Choo Smith. But if I bust somebody upside their head one time, oh, I knew Choo wasn't good. Oh, I knew he was a trash. I knew he was fronting. You see what I'm saying? But I'm still a halfway decent person. It's just I didn't deal with my mind. And we all have to understand the power of this thing up here. And it's powerful. And that's why media influences the mind, TV influence. So when you capitalistic society, I want money. I'm trying to influence people to buy more of what I'm giving. So now I'll attack the mind. I'll make you feel less than. I'll make you feel bigger than. I'll make you feel like you're a part of me. And that's what's going on, Donnie. And I've studied this thing across the board, but I can't get people in a big fashion to own that part and start calming down. And let's see how we can make Donnie Glover agree. Let's see how we can make David Miller agree. Let's see how we can make. And then now we're walking in tandem. We're doing things in an orderly fashion. We're respecting each other's views, respecting each other's positions. Now we tack on another person. Then we listen to our young people. They have a voice. We have to listen to them. They're going through some things that we created. Then we got to listen to our elderly people who have gone through some things that have paved the way to make sacrifice for us today. If we take the time to do that, you will blow up. The next person will blow up. Now we can have healthy competition because competition is beautiful. I got to battle you to be the best, but I can't tear you down. I got to say, you got me, Donnie. Good job. That's what sports help. Man, you won, man. You got me. But I'm going in this lab and I'm going to work hard tomorrow and I'm going to battle you again. We got to be okay with the loss. We got to be okay with the adversity. And we're not okay. But we talk that tough stuff, but we really weak-minded. And I'm only speaking for me because I had to look at me in the mirror that say I'm a weak-minded individual. I think I'm strong. I think I'm tough, but I'm really weak-minded. And until I build this up, it ain't gonna work. Sorry, Donnie. I got in, man. I got in late.
We following the spirit. Speaking of violence, you lost somebody recently.
Yeah, Donnie, you know, man, between you and I, man, we've lost. Oh my goodness, man. And this brother here, Frankie Duckett, man, grew up playing ball with him since I was 12 years old. He was 10. And you talking about a young man that just loved, man. And the irony on it is his brother, when I was 12 and he was 10, his brother got killed, his older brother, in a similar fashion. And it shocked the whole Sandtown neighborhood. And we were crushed. And now to see him go out like that over something, that's what I'm talking about, that impulsive and that intentional thinking. And I was telling guys, and please forgive me, Donnie, as much as I'm hurt and I grieve from Frankie, I'm always mindful that can happen to me, that can happen to many of us, because what we don't understand, I've been saying this for 20 something years. We got to stop looking at stuff like, oh man, that just happened to them. Or we look at the news and somebody died and it's just okay. And you see it. It's like, well, until it hit our doorstep, now we're like, oh, we up in arms. And the thing about this situation with Frankie that's real deep, when I think about the young man that did it, he asked him to put a mask on for his grandmother, who Frankie was servicing. Due to the communication of how they going back and forth, that man felt disrespected and felt like he had to hurt Frankie in that fashion.
In front of his own grandmother.
In front. Now, this is the thing that's so deep about where I'm going with this, Donnie. Now, everybody's upset, right? But think about how that young man had to be neglected at 7. He may didn't get a hug from his dad. His mother might have said, man, get the F out my face, or get on up about my business. Or a teacher said he ain't going to mount to nothing. Or a girlfriend that he was in love with hurt him. I mean, I'm just giving stuff. He might have been abused or molested. Anything could have happened that causes him, because there's no way if you raised or you're loved and you're in a position, you would value life. You would know not to do nothing to that extreme. And what we don't understand, there's a lot of our babies that's out here struggling like that. And some of us have short fuses that got our stuff together. And you know that, Donnie, you and I, you'd be ready to, and we got to be careful, man. And that's why I can't judge. I can't knock. I just want to be a solution, because I know pain will get anybody to go outside the realm of what they're supposed to be. And that's what they want is good. We all want good, man. It's just that it don't come to some of us oftentimes, or we're not in position.
Choo, I want to ask you about these young superstar athletes that we have produced in our lifetime. Baseball, basketball, football. I look at all of the greatness that has come out of Baltimore, East Baltimore, West Baltimore, cast and gone to the pros.
Yes. I mean,
the only one I see on a consistent basis giving back. Why aren't we teaching our children to give back? Why is philanthropy going back to your old rec? Going back, you ain't got to live in Sandtown, but you come back, you put a basketball court right around the corner from my house at Maccabees, and them kids loved it. Why don't more of our celebrities come back? And why do they feed me this hocus pocus bull about, oh, they doing stuff, they just doing it under the radar. They don't want nobody, so don't nobody ask them for no money. Where we come up with such a crock of crap is that? I don't see you saying, I've never seen you say that.
Donnie.
And I'm not putting you on a pedestal. I'm just saying, no, I don't care about another superstar athlete. I want to know, what do they give back?
Well, I'm gonna say this to you, Don, and that's a question I get a lot of times, man. And it's not that I'm I'm justifying the behavior, but I'm gonna tell you, it's a twofold
Where
piece,
they at, Chew?
huh?
Where they at?
No, but look, but hear me out, man. Hear me out. Like it's you gotta understand 90% of the guy, I'm gonna use my town, our town, right? 90% of the guys that make it, do they have strong men that raised them? That's a question. That's something you got to think about. Do they have strong men that raised them? That's first thing. Second thing, we live in a city where oftentimes when you extend to certain people, and I can attest to this because I've given everything of me to my city, and it's not appreciated to the level you appreciate a couple others, but it's not embraced like it should be because I'm down in the trench with everybody.
Cal
And
Ripken can do some stuff. It's lifted up.
but I'm just trying to paint the narrative because you have a right to feel disturbed, but I'm just want to give you the other side that I had to learn because when I started giving back like this, I talked to several of my peers that have made it at the biggest stage, and they would always say, "Chew, you tripping, man. Our city ain't gonna embrace you doing that. Yo, you need to do what we doing, because others in other places embrace us." And it's the truth though, Donnie. I go other places, it's as if they can't believe I'm like this. And when you halfway decent, they're gonna give you the world. And that's what I'm just telling you, Donnie. If you're
These
a person,
people go halfway across the country to find talent. We got superstar talent right here. What mayor, what governor has been knocking down your door? Oh, Chew, we love your program. Bring it out to Baltimore County, Baltimore City, Prince George's County. You told me about a man wanted to bring you to Texas, a white man.
yeah,
And our own people. They got millions of dollars, a youth fund. You've heard of the youth fund?
but Donnie, I think we getting some traction though, Donnie. Like I told you before,
It's taking so damn long.
but it's coming, man. It's coming. And we got some big things coming up, man. And I understand everything is in its due time. And I see for me, Donnie, and you have to do it because you got to call it out because you're a journalist and you somebody that's boots on the ground. For me, I gotta be understanding to all the ways people think. And the reason I do is because the only way we're gonna be a solution is we gotta merge part nonsense and part truth and part reality. Everybody don't get it, Donnie. And I'm telling you, man, I sat with my dad the other day and he said, son, you got to understand, we've been indoctrinated. We've been indoctrinated on certain things that we don't have no clue about. And how we operating, we're in so much pain trying to create stuff. We're trying to do businesses and we don't even really know how to do the business. We don't really even understand customer service because we mad about how we've been treated. It's just so much stuff that's going on. And where I'm at, Donnie, is we got this 20 acres of land, man. And we're going to put some stuff on this land and we're going to create this oasis. It's called Arise Baltimore, the community that serves and loves. Welcome to the oasis. And we're going to create that environment that you speak to. We're going to have people like yourself, others that's doing big things, that's going to have a place on that community. So when you come on this campus, you're going to feel loved, you're going to feel appreciated, you're going to feel inclusive, and you're going to have training, development, workforce, everything there. And then we're going to see a different outlook on a Black Baltimore. Because what's happening is everybody is divided. I don't want to work with him because I don't like her, and I don't like her, and I don't like him. Donnie doing something big, well, I ain't gonna fully support him. Such and such doing, I ain't gonna fully support her, and that's what we're doing. Like it did my heart good, and I don't get into it, Donnie, but you're a great person in my life, and I've established some good love with Shalon, and to see y'all two and looking at that, and it was like, thank you, God. Prayers are being answered. And then now is, can these two great vessels come together and empower? Because when we can do that, people gonna get in line, because somebody like you gonna say, oh, how dare you? Oh, you ain't gonna mess this great thing up. And then another person, you ain't gonna mess this great. We got something good. Get on with me. And then you gonna have other people that was on the other side. They gonna come over. I know it can happen.
Shalana, she from East Baltimore, and she fight for her people.
Yes. And she wants it, man. It's just, again, we got to be able to understand, because what happens is, and it happens to me, she's a pure soul, right? So being a pure soul, people are attracted to pure souls. But understand who's attracted.
Of pure souls.
You know what happens with that? Snakes want to be around you. Opportunists. People want to come up. Now she's trying to push something, which is an agenda. So what happens is, everybody is associated with her. The people that are pure also, or the people like you that's pure that come, but that's going to say something. You like, ho, ain't no, but that ain't her. It's the representation of everybody else, because she wants things to be a certain way. That's the same with me. Like, if you deal with me direct, I ain't got no problems with nobody direct. But the people next to me, the people that deal, it's like people got problems with.
It's never the superstar. It's always the entourage.
Ain't it? And that's what happened, big fella. And it's like, we can't come together because the gatekeepers they not doing their job with the gate.
My only point, too, is Baltimore got a lot of black gatekeepers who need to be opening the gates and allowing our people in, because that's why we are there. This is Black History Month. Hey, Peggy Morris, they say, to whom much is given, much is required. Your daddy taught you that. My daddy taught me that. Rent service is the rent we pay for living.
Yes, sir.
I hope to see you doing big time commercials in the middle of the Super Bowl, but I know your joy is. I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
I only got you for another 12 minutes, I know. Can you do a drill with us like you do with the kids?
Speak to me when you say a drill, educate me so I can do it right, Donnie. Talk to me. What kind of drill?
All right, I'm Coach Choo for a minute. All right, look here, guys and girls. You know that motivation talk.
Okay, all right, I got you. All right, so this is how it's going on. This was going on. Donnie, check this out, man. We have got to save Baltimore. We got to take Baltimore to a whole nother level. So what I want you to do, I want you to galvanize all the journalists that has hearts like you. Men, women, young, old, you name it. I want you to grab all those journalists, and I want you to be able to put together a book on how to write the narrative to empower, to encourage, and to uplift the power of Baltimore's people. Peggy, where's Peggy at? She got a great spirit. So I want Peggy because she has these great people skills. She's lovable. She lights up a room. So I need you to galvanize all your sisters. And then I need you to empower them to be positive and uplift and be strong for the black man, because they're attacking us. So that support system got to be there. And then I want y'all to rise up in y'all power. We need more Michelle Obamas, more Maya Angelos. We need more people, and then we can have an even playing field. I want the girls taught to work on your woman skills to be virtuous. And then
I got Alexis in here, Alexis Coach.
Oh,
man.
Technology guy. I need you to take the time to groom other technical people. Take our youth and create that program where they can learn the nuances of the skills that's needed to elevate in the technical realm in our society, because that's where we move to.
Okay, we got some special help all the way from Hungary. Her name is Andy. Andy's a big time supporter of the show, and she's from Hungary. What can they do?
Well, we need to learn more about Hungary. We need to know how you think. and what's some resources that we can give to you. And then we need to take some kids to learn about your country. And then we need to have your children come over to us and we put you up and you can learn about our culture. Anybody else? You muted me, Don. What'd you say?
The security guard was going up. Diane Bell.
Oh my goodness. Now, Sister Bell, she has to be able to teach all people, all business owners, how to build the mainframe and the SOP, standard operating procedure of a big time nonprofit. How to leverage resources and opportunities, and also how strong you got to be as being a powerful woman in this climate of the day, a powerful Black woman.
Okay, and Mayor Scott. We're going to start with Mayor Scott.
Big fella, we got to have you take the time, which I see you making attempts to do. You got to go to every impoverished area and find what are the issues in each and every impoverished area. And then if you can start looking around and getting people that have a heart for the people with the skills to match and put an agenda on the table, a 2-year agenda, so they can, whatever areas needed via education, crime, you name it, we have to target that, put that in place, and make sure there's forward movement so we can have a better Baltimore. And I think we put our hands in the huddle. 1, 2, 3. Be More's finest.
Be More's finest. Any message to parents?
Just take the time to improve yourself. We grew up in a time, especially if you were born 80s, 70s, 60s, 50s on back. We grew up in a time where our ancestors fought for so much and they died for us to be in the position today. So it's a lot of trauma that's been generational. So start looking at yourself in the mirror, surround yourself with people to get some help so you can be a better example to your children. Because I think a lot of times what's happening, we're putting our biases, the stuff that we've been hurt with, and we're raising our children the wrong way. And we got to do a better job.
That's generational curses, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I passed on some unhealed stuff in my life to my children without ever acknowledging it. Hey, we made some mistakes back there. I gotta, yeah. But these kids today, I'm with Bernie Mac. I'm with Bernie Mac. Bust the move. This sense of privilege today, this victim mentality. If your mother threw you in a dumpster, you're a victim. If your mother flushed you down the toilet, you're a victim. Yes. But if you're still here and standing, then you're a victor.
You're a victor. See, I get into this with members of my staff and other people that I'm close to. I'm always saying, man, like, we all can sit back and complain about our condition. And we all can talk about what happened to us in 1850 and 1979 and 1985. But the true quality of an individual and the true essence of power and being that example is pushing through all that adversity and all that challenge. And what I'm saying to you, I know this is challenging. Everything that we're doing today, we're in challenging times. COVID, systemic racism, the lack of finances. It's so much stuff that's going on that's plaguing us. But if we can take the time to be calm, get some me time and start praying, start getting on that whiteboard and put a plan in place to take ownership of our lives, then we can be better and we can start working. Like, I'll tell you something, Donnie, you can do, and I'm going to tell you something. You do it without even knowing you're doing it. Go on a board and write a list of 200 people that have been impactful to your life and that you have been impactful to their life, and then say, is that a hot, warm, or cold relationship? And if it's a hot relationship, then let's check that on a box and let's start really making it be a furnace so we can elevate. Because a real hot relationship, you can make that call and they're going to do whatever is needed to get it done based on a relationship.
I've seen you do that time and time again. Yes, you can hit a shot from half court, but I've seen you go down to Gilmore Homes down there to Maccabees where nobody goes. And this was before Freddie Gray. That's a real whole court shot.
Yeah, but you
with
know,
no cameras, for nothing but the love. Why? Because maybe Will over Gilmore Homes called you up and say help.
Yeah, but that's what we got to do, man. I mean, Donnie, from
you could have your phone number. One of the comedians said, "I don't take no phone calls from 443."
Soon as it come up, boy, it's a red flag, huh? No, man, it's, you know, this is where we from, man. And at the end of the day, it's about people. God is showing us right now. People leaving here. People leaving. So you got all the money in the world. You think you big. You think you this and that. You can get up out of here tomorrow. And if we don't do what we got to do today, I say it all the time, make every day your masterpiece. And you only as good as the day God give you. Don't nobody care about me being a globetrotter back then. Who are you right now, dude? Who are you right now?
You are a dude that mentored Meadowlark Lemon in the later stages of his life.
Yeah, I mean, that was an amazing experience, man. And that's another thing. Like, I had to pinch myself sometime, Donnie. Like, people, you'd be surprised who calls me for me to give them some love. And I'm like, nobody would ever know. And I keep it confidential because some people wouldn't believe it and some people just judge it. But it's just amazing, man. Like, the people that call me, man, I need your inspiration. I'll be like, but you're this person. Everybody looks to you and they look up to you. And it's like, wow, man. And for God to put me in a position that people can see me in that way, you know, I'm grateful. And I just love you, man. I love what you're doing. I love everybody, man. We gotta win in love, man. All that negativity, all that backbiting and pointing the finger, that's not me, man. I survived it, you know, and surviving it, I realized I got poison in me. And I'm trying to get all that poison out, man, because it's not good. Because you know,
shout out to Susan Smallwood, who gave the meanest party I ever been to, because it was at that party that I met Choo Smith.
Yes, sir.
Dressed to the nines. Hey, bro, I gotta tell you, when you put it on, I done seen some Bammers come out of this country. And you know we watched the shoe game, and see, that's what I be trying to teach these little hoppers down City Hall. Your shoe game is whack, cuz. You gotta get some of them Ferragamos. Them Italian joints.
But you know, I got that from an older person, man. He was like, man, back in the day, if you wasn't dressed up and you ain't had your drivers on, you had no respect. And he was like, man, this the one thing they taught me. You are what you eat, you are what you read, and you are what you think. Period. It's like, that's it. You gotta be who you say you are, man, and people gonna judge it how they judge it. But you gotta stay consistent with it, man.
Choo, how can people support you? How can they reach you? What can they do to help you?
You know, more importantly, man, I really, when you used to ask me that over all the interviews over the last 12 years, Donnie, I used to be like, man, please donate here or please help us with this and that. But, you know, my biggest thing now is if you're really serious about galvanizing and coming together, let's have a conversation and let's be true to it. And let's start talking about how we can scale what we're doing. Because, you know, the donations are fine, but the problem is bigger than the donation. It's about putting ideas together, staying true to the process, because Baltimore has been designed through plans. And when they plan the stuff, they don't even know where the money's coming from. But they got such an ultimate plan and a great plan that other money people want to be a part of. They just go with it because it just pans out. The ROIs are good. This is straight. So I just think that we got to take a piece out of that puzzle and start doing it with each other. Like even with you as a journalist, I got a plan for you, man. I just got to get by what I'm doing because we have to scale each other. We got to scale Christian Flowers. She out there with our homeless people, man. And you can't be playing with that. I remember 20 years ago, I did something with the healthcare for the homeless to kind of help save their organization when they were struggling. And the homeless people, because I can be homeless any second of the day. People don't understand it. All it takes is one crisis that don't meet your financial benefit, your financial scale. And now you out there. So we got to get stuff in place and stop putting these band-aids, because what happens is it stresses us. And then you got people like B. Gotti and Christian Flowers and many others that's out there grinding, boots on the ground, trying to beg people to help this issue. And what happens is it's about economics. So we don't have no money. We don't have nothing that's going to scale so it can continue to do the thing. There's nowhere in the world homeless people should be out there. That's a broken society, a broken community, a broken world. And for us to allow people to just be out there like that, shame on all of us. But I try to do as much as I could. But after a while, I become poor and broke. Because if you don't have multi-millions of dollars, 1,000 here, 100 here, 500 here, after a while, you like, dang, I can't pay my own rent. So it's like, I did that for at least 12, 13 years. And it gets to be rough, man. So I had to sit back and say, you know what, man?
There's a better way to do this.
It's a better way, Donnie. And before you know it, we got a lot of great people. Think about all the great people that when we were growing up, they did a lot of like B. Gotti she's not powerful until she died. Like this great woman.
They hated on her. They hated on her. Every politician at City Hall hated on her. Black ones, every one of them. Hey, Chew, I got this lady on deck. I gotta run. You ain't gonna put no number, no nothing.
Yes, I mean you can go to the website trueyouth.org and you can if
send that man multi-millions of checks. We love you. We love you dearly.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Donnie. Love everybody. Thanks for having me on. Remember to pray, man. Love it, learn it, live it, lead it. Make that your legacy. Let's do it, Donnie Glover. BeMoreNews.com. Yes. Celebrate it.
My man. Thank you, Chief. Madam Queen, how you doing? You got to unmute yourself. You're muted.
I'm well. How are you?
I'm blessed by the best. Why they call you Madam Queen?
You know what? I knew you were going to ask me that. And I'm glad I'm prepared. So one of the queens of my organization, she named...
Good morning to you. Forgive me.
Good morning.
Taken by Choo Smith.
You know, I wish he could have joined us because, oh my goodness, he's awesome. It's my first time witnessing him. I know about the Globetrotters, but back to your question, one of the queens, the founding queens of my organization, she named me Madam Queen, and I humbly accepted it. And now that's what they call me within our organization. I'm the founder. I'm the founder and president of the Queen Sisterhood Society. We are a sisterhood first, and we also are an investment club. So the Queens, we're a Baltimore-based organization, and we're trying to make an impact in the Baltimore area, not only the Baltimore area, but all over wherever the African diaspora is.
You know, ever since I met you, Madam Queen, you always been leading something.
I have.
I mean, I remember you were pulling us together to try to get us to learn how to get along.
To get along, you mean relationships?
Yeah, but still, it's important getting along.
That's true. You know, I that's where I remember our humble beginnings. When I was doing events, I was promoting a Black love seminar.
Yeah, a speed date, and I had never been to one.
Okay, yes. Right. Speed.
Did you fish out of water?
Did you speed date?
I tried it.
Okay. Wow, my memory. Oh, my memory. I didn't. I don't remember you sitting at the speed dating table.
Well, maybe I didn't, but I remember we promoted the heck out of it.
Yes, we
It
did.
was at Terra Cafe, wasn't it?
We were at the Terra Cafe. Yes, I still am very
Maybe
close
I
to
was
Terrence.
scarred. That's how much I don't remember.
What'd you say?
Maybe I was scarred.
No, those were really great times. Let me tell you.
Well, pushed out of my comfort zone. Scarred in a good way, you know, trying something new.
Absolutely, absolutely. That was awesome times. We, every event, every organization that I had, I lead with us becoming better. Back then I was over, even I think I started in 2009. I was over just going to a party, drinking and dancing and watching people watch, even though I like to people watch. I was over that. So I always wanted, being a native of Baltimore, I always wanted to be a better person, to elevate to my zenith, to be, just the best person that I can, be. And I wanted to encourage others to do the same. So that's
what part of town are you from?
Oh wow. So I'm from everywhere. We were like gypsies. My mom, I love her. I was just in North Carolina with her yesterday. She's in North Carolina now. She's been there for the past 15 years. But I lived everywhere. We East Side, West Side, Park Heights, Cold Spring, Loyola Northway, Pimlico, Cold Spring. I have a story, and everybody says that I should write a book. And one day, maybe I will.
Everybody should write a book. So what high school did you come out of?
I went to Forest Park. I went to Harbor City. I graduated from Harbor City. And then I went to CCBC, and I went to Morgan also.
I went to CCB. Back then they called it Critters, Crumbs, and Bums.
Hold on. No. Did you go to the county? Did you go to the county or the city?
The original CCB.
So on Liberty Heights.
Liberty Heights, downtown. That's what they nicknamed Critters, Crumbs, and Bums.
Oh my God. So I went there, and then I went to the county.
Baltimore County Community College.
Yes, I went to both.
Okay. And so what do you think we need to do as a people to move us forward? Got a new president, got an old one out. He should be in the penitentiary, but he's not. There's even thoughts of talk of him running in 4 years. Well, where are we in all of this? We're Black people.
It's
Africa?
Say it again.
Are you ready to move to Africa?
Maybe yes, but I'd like to stay here too, to be both, to be here and there. Because if we leave there, then how many people are we going to leave? If we move there, how many people are we going to leave behind here? You know what I mean?
Someone needs to be left.
No, can't give up on our people. We cannot. I think that where we are,
I'm moving on.
We're in a major crisis right now. I think
we can do anything we want in this majority Black city. 45 minutes down the road, they do a lot more than we do. They got recreation centers with football fields, with night lights. Here in this city, in this state, they asked for money from the lottery, 1973. O'Malley asked for table gambling, slots, promised money for education. Yet we find out we're delivering an inferior educational product. There's a scandal about grade changing, which we already knew. We got people lying to us. Here, we care about your children. No, you don't.
Well, Donnie, I think that all of us are doing. I know. I'm angry too. But it's how we each take a fraction and be a part of the solution. And that's what I'm doing. That's what our organization is doing. We promote sisterhood, community. Before we can do anything, we have to that's why I wish Choo could have stayed on, because he talked about community building. That's where we have to start. Come together as a collective, because we're stronger together. We're more powerful together. And then we have to educate our people. We know that there's gaps. We know that there are ways in which we need to catch up. You know, some of us are there, but there are those who need to catch up. We have to implement educational systems that will educate us and create lifelong learners. We have to pool our money together because money is power, knowledge is power. So that's what we're doing. We're impact investors. We invest to eventually gain the capital that we need in order to make change in our community across wherever the African diaspora is. So that's what we're doing. We're only a 2-year-old organization, but this year we may be going international. We have queens from Canada, California, DC, North Carolina, all over that's interested in joining, and we may be able to, you know, have an impact wherever. Like I said, wherever. My goal is to be in Africa and Haiti, and you know, and make an impact there as well.
Why?
Because I just have a burning desire to help, like to be a part of the solution. Like you said, you're angry, I'm angry too, and I'm channeling that anger into helping. I also feel like that I have a strong divine pull in order to be that change. And I really don't have much control anymore. It's just that force that's causing me to go out there and spread my light into the world.
So I got a intimate question for you as it relates to your organization.
Okay.
What do y'all say about Black men?
I'm saying, you know what, that's a good question. That topic has not come up. Other than I have been approached to share our blueprint in order to create a brotherhood that mirrors our sisterhood. You know, a lot of women are like, there's no bashing of Black men. I hear
when they come into the Queen's Clubhouse, it's not a picture of a Black man. Y'all throwing darts at him.
No, I hear us saying that they.
I'm pulling your leg.
Donnie, don't set me up now.
I wouldn't do that. You're doing great work, but I mean, we need each other, and this society has done everything possible to tear us away from each other. I mean, as goes the story of Willie Lynch, light skin versus dark skin, East Side versus West Side, AKA versus Delta, dark. I mean, you know, you name it. There are all kinds of divisions pulling at us, but the most essential one is that man-woman relationship, because therein is the nucleus of the Black race. It's the nucleus. No matter what anybody says. I know, because in America, they want to give this group acknowledgement and background. I'm talking about the Black man and the Black woman that you had in your life that I had in my life at some juncture.
I agree.
How do we make them better?
The Black man and the Black woman. How do we make them better? Just what we're doing. Like I said, coming together, growing together, respecting each other. And the more we come together like this on your show and my organization, you know, in September, I'm going to have God willing, and hopefully COVID doesn't interrupt it, a Kings and Queens ball. So we got to come together more. We have to know who we are. Our organization, no matter if you're Delta and AKA, which we soon will have both Delta, and we have Deltas in our organization, but we will have AKAs. We don't discriminate. We come together not religiously, not culturally. We come together as Black women trying to make an impact on the community, the African diaspora community.
So atheists can join your group?
Anybody can join our group. Yeah, absolutely. And we don't, pry as to, what your religious background is. So as long as you are coming to put in work in order to uplift the Black community, the African diaspora, then you're willing to join us. So, let me make this one last point. We're set up like a sorority, but it's non-collegiate. You don't have to go to college in order to join. And each group that comes in are circles. And they're named after an African queen. So right now we have 4 circles. So we have Queen Nzinga, Queen Amanatu, Queen Nefertiti, and Queen Makita. And at that ball,
you got to say them again. Say it again.
Queen Nzinga, Queen Amanatu, Queen Nefertiti, Queen Makita. Each of those circles, I'm not sure if we have anyone in the audience that are a part of those circles right now. We at our ball, our annual fundraising ball, we will have myself dressed as a queen, and I will give you all of the knowledge and information that you want to know about those queens. But I feel like if we know who we are, you know, if we know our lineage, we know our heritage, we really understand the power that we have, that's what's going to bring us together, Donnie.
Is Kizzy Smith in your organization?
She is a queen. She's a queen of the Nzinga circle.
Okay. Well, she's posting strong.
Thank you, Kizzy, for your support. I love you.
Do you know Larkus?
That's my husband.
Okay. Hey, Larkus.
Thank you for your support, King. That's what I'm telling you. If we come together and really understand who we are.
Kadira,
Queen. Thank you. Amanatu Queen. I'm representing with your, with your fabric, Queen. Yes.
So tell me about the headdress. What can you educate the family on as it relates to the head wrap, the crown?
Well, that is.
Because I've been seeing some sisters with some whack crowns from Asia. And I love seeing some beautiful crowns that are from the diaspora. I love that word, by the way.
Thank you. So we actually have, if you go to our website, we have a head wrapping workshop, and it's going to be free. We give to the community as well. So one thing that I will tell you, they say in Africa is it's a saying that your wardrobe or your dress for the day is not complete unless you have a head wrap. It's a symbol of power, beauty.
As you're talking, I would love to see like 100 little girls with head wraps on. And I say that because I'm seeing people pushing these braids. I don't know jack about cosmetology and hair, but I know a little 4 or 5 year old girl don't need no stuff in their head.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's more beautiful than a head wrap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we have a free workshop coming up. If you go to our website, it should be there. How to do different wrap styles. It's
I'm sorry.
Is someone putting it in the comments?
No, I'll put it in. What is it?
Okay, it's www.wereareqss.com. And QSS is for the Queen's Sisterhood Society.
WERQSS.
We are. WE.
We are.
ARE.
Oh.
ARE. The word
we.
on. We are.
ARE.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the lady put in the Ashley J. QSS. Okay.
QSS. Ashley, Queen Ashley, thank you. I can't see who's on there because I'm in your.
Ashley J, Kadira, Kizzy Smith, those are the names. So it says we are QSS.
.com. Yes.
Okay. They didn't have We Are Queens available?
Listen,
okay, fine. All right.
You always.
Okay, We Are QSS.
They probably did.
Carlos Mama says, proud of you, sis.
Thank you, Carlos. Hi, awesome.
So much growth over the years. Is that the minister?
Carlos Muhammad, yes, Minister Carlos Muhammad. Peace, Carlos. Thank you. I appreciate the support.
So you got these numbers going through the roof up here. Say something. Keep them coming.
Let me tell you. All I did was I posted on my social media platforms, and they are here to support me. And to support you, you all please come back. Donnie, I was on Clubhouse. We were in the same room, and I connected with someone else, and I called Donnie to do a checkup. make sure that this person was someone that I needed to be connected with or not. And
Good information.
yes, absolutely. So I forgot I lost my train of thought, but that's, we reconnected. That's how we reconnected. And then I came on I watched your show a few times. I was like, oh man, I need to go on your show.
That's the author.
Oh, author, Carlos Muhammad, that's the author. Oh yes, okay. And he worked at a college too. Ask him if he worked.
Did you work at a college, Carlos? What can people do to support? Obviously, go to the website. And you said there's an event coming up?
Yes, this Saturday, we have an interest meeting. We have several events. We have events once a month, but we have an interest meeting this Saturday at 2 p.m. Back up a little bit, Renee. So we promote business ownership. We promote wealth building and personal development. We promote the first thing I said, sisterhood and unity. So we have a business workshop, business branding with Bailey Sessoms. That's this Saturday, and that is at 12 p.m. And then following the business workshop, where we're learning how to brand our business, we have an interest meeting. So anyone interested in joining the fifth circle of Queens, then we are going to give a presentation. Donnie, I'm going to send you the link. If you're not busy, I invited Kings as well, just so you can check out specifics, just get A through Z information about our work.
I want to learn more about the King Circle.
I'm saying you can be a part of the founding Kings.
Sounds good.
You can be a part of the founding Kings. So we have our interest meeting at 2 p.m. where I'm going to be presenting, and Queen Kadira is going to be assisting me with presenting a full, detailed presentation on who we are as an organization. And then we have head wrapping classes. We have a virtual dinner party. We have tons of things going on. I can't remember everything, but we have tons of things.
Do you serve food if it weren't for COVID?
Well, yes. No, we do. Actually, listen, let me tell you something. I didn't even delve into all that I have going on. I'm a master of a lot of things. I'm doing a lot of things. So I have a Cafe Renee. So people will be purchasing dinners from me and having a dinner party that same day.
I'm feeling comedic. Y'all serving pig feet or what?
No. My cafe is pescatarian. I serve only seafood and vegan options.
There ain't no pig knuckles, bacon bits, none of that.
No. And then we have Cake Mix LLC. She's a queen, and she is going to be baking her very popular dishes, her popular baked goods, Cake Mix LLC.
What kind of cakes? I need a pineapple upside down.
She has that, absolutely. She has pineapple upside down. She has an infamous Cinnabon cake. Like, that is one of her most popular cakes. She does cheesecake, everything. She's awesome. She's all on social media too.
Okay.
So she's going to be serving her cakes. If anyone has any special orders, you can let me know and I can get those orders in.
Why is business important?
There are different ways, they say, to become wealthy. You have to have multiple streams of income, and business ownership. You control your time, and that is one way to develop wealth. So, and that's what we focus on, developing wealth. We want to increase the Black network. So
I want to share this with you. We have $1.5 trillion in annual disposable income, and the Black woman controls most of it. And so that's why I want our sisters, to be more and more aware. If you're going to deal with the Asian hair products, at least get a hold on the business. And I say that in Black History Month. Next month is Women's History Month, because there are two people that I need you to share with all of your queens. Two Black women.
Okay.
One was named Maggie Walker.
Okay.
Maggie Walker was the leader of Black Wall Street in Richmond.
Mhm.
They had a Black Wall Street in Oklahoma, but they also had one in Richmond and one in Durham. But anyway, down in Richmond, Maggie Walker was the first woman to open a bank in America.
Man.
Maggie Lena Walker. And there's one other sister that you gotta know about.
Okay.
When I see Madam in your name,
Mm-hmm.
the famous Madam lady everybody knows is Madam
C.J. Walker.
But nobody knows her mentor, who was the millionaire.
Who was her mentor?
Annie Turnbow Malone.
Annie Turnbull. Hey, Queens, can you please jot those? Kadira, Kizzy, Ashley, somebody write those names down.
Turnbow, Turnbo Malone, like Moses Malone.
Okay.
Annie Malone was a millionaire, a genius. She created products.
Mm-hmm.
And as the story goes, she mentored Sarah Breedlove, later known as Madam C.J. Walker. But the originator, the matriarch, was Annie Malone. And she had Poro, P-O-R-O colleges around the country teaching cosmetology.
Wow.
Wouldn't be no Madam C.J. if it weren't for Annie Malone.
Thank you.
We got to know our history.
Yes.
Because even Black people make mistakes. I've made mistakes on reporting Black history, but we don't need to perpetuate misinformation. People like Madam C.J. because she had the car, she was flashy, she was fly. But as it relates to the building of our nation, Annie was teaching. See, you give a woman a fish, she eat for a day. You teach a woman a fish, she eat for a lifetime. Annie was creating builders.
Wow.
She was helping empower other people around, you know, not just herself. And she gave away most of it. To this day, in St. Louis, they have a parade in Annie Malone's honor. Annie Malone, Maggie Lena Walker.
Okay. Annie Malone.
And
Annie Malone and
St. Louis.
Okay. Thank you.
We gotta know. Did you know California was named after a Black queen?
Queen Califia. Yes, I did.
Very interesting. Our Califia, the root word Caliph, which is an Arabic word. There's so much history that has been stripped from us. Even our indigenous history. A lot of us have indigenous roots because not all Black people came here in the bottom of a slave ship. There were Black people already here when the Europeans arrived.
Absolutely.
But then they said everybody dark skin is Negro. So we lost so much in that in someone else's telling of the story.
Right.
I'm loving this thing. I'm glad you connected with Sister Peggy.
Yes, Peggy, Sisters for Sisters. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you for logging in too. She has accepted my request to be my mentor. We have connected. Peggy Morrison, Sisters for Sisters. She is amazing. Her organization, and we're going to figure out a way to come together to collaborate in order to continue the work that both of us have kindred spirits, and we are definitely.
What do you like about her?
Well, number one, she's just fabulous. Every time she's on screen, we literally have been connecting every week. She's fabulous. Her brain, her mind is brilliant. Just her business mind, just her drive, her mission for her organization, and what led her to start. Just everything that I'm learning.
From East Baltimore, right?
Say it again.
I told you she's from East Baltimore.
Yeah, you know, I live 27th Street, Greenmount. I ain't named that earlier, but yeah, I'm from East Side too.
But she's down in Prince George's now.
She's in Prince George's, yes. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the work that we're going to do together. Okay,
so what do you want people to do? What's the call to action? You want them to go to the website, right?
Yes, go to the website. The most important thing to me is for people to know who we are, for people to join our movement. Every queen that joins the movement are queens who are warriors, who are doing work, because we all have leadership positions. You come in, you're on a committee, you're doing the work to make sure that this mission is pushed forward. This mission is, our organization is mission driven, and my mission is connected to my passion, connected to my purpose, and that is to uplift the African diaspora.
I got one suggestion for you.
Yes.
Consider adding the nanny circle.
Okay, and what is the nanny circle?
After Nanny the Maroon Queen.
Oh, okay.
You ever been to Jamaica?
Oh, you know what? She actually did make the list, but we don't reveal the next queen until that circle comes. And then the previous queens, so the last queen is Queen Makita circle, they choose. And I do, I add in the different queens that I suggest. Nanny, oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We have a t-shirt that's going to be printed, and Nanny made that list.
She fought for freedom for Black people in Jamaica and was actually able to win. See, they would make us, we just took slavery lying down. And that's what my new book is about. We didn't just take slavery lying down. And Nanny was a leader in Jamaica.
Yes.
Fought the British.
Heard about her.
This is our land. You understand? You can't have no business if you ain't got your own land.
Right. So Choo Smith, two things. Choo Smith mentioned something about 20 acres. I need to connect with him to find out what he's talking about those 20 acres in Baltimore, because I need to be a part of that. One. And two, I need you to connect with my husband. I need you to connect with my husband because he is a writer. He is, I don't even know if I should say this. Larkus, are you still on? Can you ask him if I can speak about this? Ask him, Donnie, to put in the comments if I can speak about what he's going to be writing about.
Larkus, she's trying to promote you.
So you have a book coming out about Black Wall Street, and he has work that he's doing with that topic, and I just want to get permission to talk about it because I don't want to get in any trouble.
Okay. We're waiting here from.
Anyway, he's doing some work with Black Wall Street. I'll leave it at that, and I really need you two to connect. It can be major. So, yes.
Good stuff. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to add before we close on out? Thank you for your patience.
No problem. I enjoyed the show with Choo Smith. I did. So,
but you got quite an entourage yourself there, Queen.
Oh, thank you.
Good
thank you. I'm streaming live on Instagram, and I put your link in there. So I'm live here. So
bless your heart. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for continually being involved in our community. We need more people like you. And much success to your home and to your business, and including the queendom and all that's associated with it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, 10 o'clock. Up to date, down tomorrow. Do your day and everything will follow. Nothing to it but to do it. I got to do it regardless of how I feel. I am somebody. I am my brother's keeper. Good morning.
Good morning. Peace. Thank you.